Now we are going to the second panel, Technology Empowers Women in the Crisis. We'll have women leaders from different sectors, but focusing on tech empowerment, including Annie Chan, Vice President, Head of Corporate Communications, Greater China at Visa; Diane Wang, co-convener, Economic Empowerment Task Force Inclusion Working Group of APEC, and founder, chairperson, and CEO of DHgate.com; Zhixin Chen, Senior Vice President and Partner at Plug and Play China. Let's start with our first question with Annie. Annie, as a leading global payments technology company, what is the most critical agenda for gender equality and diversity in this pandemic for your company?
Thank you, Sam. Great honor for me to be here today, and it's wonderful to hear lots of inspiring thoughts on inclusion, diversity, and women empowerment, etc. So Visa is a global payment technology company for more than 60 years, and we have operated in China for over 30 years. We partner with over 15,000 issuers, with over 3.5 billion cards issued and accepted in 70 million merchants locations around the world. As a leading payment network, our vision is to be the best way to pay and be paid for everyone everywhere. Visa joins our clients, partners, fintech, startup, and other stakeholders to connect the world, helping to empower people and businesses and communities to thrive, and to be the trust engine of commerce and enable money movement. As you can hear from our visions, everyone everywhere. So inclusion and diversity is always on top of our mind. Beyond our efforts to make economies more inclusive, a cause that has inspired our team is the worldwide effort advocating for inclusion and diversity, which is a business imperative with plans, commitment, and specific goals that we are tracking. So during pandemic, lots of business are forced to close down, for example, like restaurant, retailers, servicing industry. So women are the key contributor to the labor force in this sector, and they are losing their jobs. Also, children are not going to school, and women are expected to stay home to look after them. So statistics show that women are exiting from the labor force because of pandemic, which will have a long-term impact to the economy. It's critically important for companies like Visa and the society to support women. Visa is committed to using our full power of the global network, our brand, and financial services to empower our female colleagues. Diversity and inclusion is a key pillar of our company, and that encompasses culture, ethics, age, and as well as gender diversity. So in addition to good finance and strategy, inclusion and diversity give us the competitive edge to better serve our clients and collaborate with partners. And the key to create the diverse and inclusion work culture that different perspectives are valued and every colleagues feel comfortable come to work every day to do their best. And we are using our purchasing power to increase the number of diverse suppliers within our network and holding our supplier accountable for ensuring they have stepped up their internal diversity efforts. We believe economies that include everyone, everywhere, uplift everyone, everywhere. I'll pass it back to you, Sam.
Thank you, Annie. I like it everywhere. So Diane, I understand you are also from the cross-border industry, e-commerce industry, selling everywhere. So could you please share how the pandemic impacted the e-commerce industry?
Thank you, Sam. Indeed, I think this pandemic has been very challenging for many people. A McKinsey report says that COVID-19 has disrupted the workplace in ways we have never seen before. The pressure of a pandemic are driving some employees, especially women, to consider downshifting their careers or leaving the workplace. But in our industry, the crisis has accelerated the expansion and the digital transformation of traditional offline businesses. Take China's e-commerce as an example. In the first quarter this year, according to China Customs data, cross-border e-commerce export jumped around 70% due to the surging demand through this convenient channel. In our platform, sellers and partners have sustained their growth by deploying digital tools proactively. They leverage social marketing, such as live streaming, to generate traffic, and they deployed AI and big data to adjust product portfolio based on instant consumer needs. So in results, some sellers' sales surged by 3 times last year. Maybe I can give you another example. Maria, a Texas-based Zumba instructor, quarantined and lost her income due to the virus. But she's been able to survive through our decentralized e-commerce SaaS platform, MyShop. She has introduced Zumba leggings and tops from the SaaS platform to her fans in Facebook community. Once her fans place orders from her channel, we would drop ship to her customers, and she can earn money from selling products through her private online community. So she doesn't need to understand the trade policies, operations, and logistics, but focusing on Zumba skills and managing the network. So I think this is a simple business model that can enable everyone access international trade equally and boosted international trade to the next level. But the companies and individuals without digital tools have been suffering harder. So they are at the crossroads. The choices we're going to make today will have consequences on gender equality, digital equality, and inclusive growth for decades to come. Sam.
Thank you. And let's go back to Zhixing as a seasoned executive in venture capital and private equity. And your company have to promote large startup innovation, cross-border acceleration, urban innovation, and others. Do you see more opportunities for women in the entrepreneurship? Especially, Diane just mentioned, actually many companies, they would like to have the digital transformation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sim. Good morning, everyone. I'm very honored to be here to share my views with all of you. Yes, I do. Plug and Play as a venture capital and accelerator based in Silicon Valley for past 20 years. We are focused on scouting and helping the early stage startups, especially the high technology startups. So at our daily work, every day we meet a startup. And also we have a program named Found Her. That means find her and found her. That's especially focused on to scouting and help the startups funded by the female founders and help them to connect with the VCs and the corporate partners and the mentors that help them the growth. Yes, I think very interesting. I have been in this industry for many years, and we are finding the women are developing day by day and from the job seeker to the job creators. So they are growing in many fields, not only in traditional industries like we all know, the clothing, the e-commerce store, online, and the designers, cosmetics, but also, especially these years, we will find in some high-tech areas like the AI, the blockchain, the IoT. We find many female founders that start their business to give a huge contribution to the economic growth. So I can give you 2 examples. We have a portfolio companies that the founders just come back from Silicon Valley, and he startups with very cool technologies, and also with everyday full of passions, and it's very exciting. So this company make the physical reality digitalized in buildings by their independent solutions. So a self-developed systematic solutions combined with the content and hardware and software, integrate the AI and mixed reality. So you can use this technology and don't need to wear the glasses like the AR, VR devices. You can come to a house and you can feel you are in the reality world. So many real estate companies use his technology to instead make a lot of rooms demos, so they can don't spend a lot of money on do this. So that's very cool technology. And also recently, I meet a lot of friends. They are also the female founders. And there is a startup named HiMate. So that's kind of man-made kind of meat. Yeah, it's a 人造肉的项目. Yes, very, very cool. And we help them to connect with the Air Asia to supply the food and the appliance. And also I have many friends from the GGV and from some other venture capitals. As the investor, they are also creating more opportunities in startups and the innovation ecosystems. The business magazine Forbes released its list of women in tech 2021 last May, which features 50 women. They are not only having a very strong entrepreneur spirit and a profound background in science and technology, but also good at using their unique features to bring different and innovation perspective to science and technology. So I think both these cases shows women are taking more and more important roles in the entrepreneurship and technology field. But however, I think compared with fields, females still have not enough opportunities in entrepreneurship field. I think we still have a long way to go, but it's happy. Recent years, I see much more female founders in the high technology field. Thank you.
That's great. So thank you. Back to Diane. As an APEC member and co-convener of Inclusive Working Group, could you share your plan this year to address women issues?
Okay, Sam. In APEC policy brief, we highly emphasize on promoting equal access to digital skills and communication technologies for women and girls. In line with this, our APEC Inclusion Working Group aims to drive more inclusive policies, creating opportunities for women's skills development, and give them greater participation in the economy. This will allow for better inclusive economic growth in APEC. Also, we hosted a series of online forums and women entrepreneurship competition worldwide to empower women with digital advice. For example, we organized a virtual summit with top leaders and best practices and case studies from the public and private sectors in Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, and the Americas, benefiting over 100,000 viewers online. Right now, right here, we're at the APEC Women Connect conference, discussing and reviewing our previous achievements and plans. Moving forward, a series of programs have been planned in our roadmap, including the APEC Women Entrepreneur Survey in July and the APEC Women Connect Entrepreneurship Competition in August. I believe all of these deliverables would be able to provide skills, knowledge, best practices, and even solutions for women to survive and thrive. So here, I'm sincerely inviting all of you to join us in our upcoming APEC Women Entrepreneurship Competition, demonstrating your stories and nurturing other women at crossroads. I think every single action from you, suggestions, story sharing, and encouragement will mean a lot for others.
Thank you. And Annie, what do you think about the importance of capacity building in the women's community? And could you please give us some examples of what Visa has done in this area?
Yeah. So globally, SME represent 90% of business population. And in China, small business contribute 80% employment, 70% intellectual poverty, 60% GDP, and 50% tax. So they are a key contributor to the economy. But during pandemic, small business has been heavily impacted. As a purpose-driven company, we have been supporting small business to recover from pandemic, helping and offering them the tools for digital transformation, connecting sellers and buyers through our network. And capacity building is the foundation to uplift women's skills, increasing the exposure, inspire new ideas, so they can learn from each other through sharing and networking. Visa has many programs, but let me share a few. So globally, we have initiative called She's Next, empowered by Visa, to support women business owners. So women experience difficulties in, say, like getting funding, participating in business network, gaining access to digital tools. So there is plenty of rooms for us to make a difference. And globally, we also launched Practical Business Skills, which is an online platform offering free education resources to assist small business owners with making confident, informed decisions to expand their business operations. So it helps with supporting the digital transformation of businesses. And coming back to China, we launched a Beijing 2022 and Women's Program in partnerships with China Women's Development Foundation and Beijing Sport University, with the aim to support the sustainable economic development growth in the host city of Olympics. This is a perfect example of public-private partnership, and our goal is to provide capacity building and training for 5,000 women business owners in culture, tourism, and sports sectors, so they can better capture the Olympic opportunities for more business, further expansion, and even market overseas. Visa has been the Olympic sponsors for over 30 years, and our goal is to enhance the skill set of the women entrepreneurs and bring them resources. So far, we have already trained some 1,300 participants and has extended the geographic coverage in Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei to support the regional sustainable economic development under the national strategy. So a few data points for our baseline research, which shows the critical importance of digital adoption and transformation. And Visa has been contributing and supporting. So 70% of the respondents only sell in person. So they need to shift the business to online. There is a lack of digital tools and platform because only 10% doing online marketing. And also 70% of respondents agree Olympics bringing business opportunity, but they don't know where and how to start. Women business owners see their success in business has high association with their family. So there is an implication about work, life, family, and business. So technology and digital transformation can help drive productivity and efficiency. So business owners need to be equipped with a new set of skills and tools. And companies which are digital savvy, technology savvy, will have a higher chance to transform and survive. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you. We're running out of time again. The last question for all, which is the recommendations for women in business. So let's back to Zhixing. You mentioned you met many successful women founders recently. So what common personalities do they share that other women can learn from?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So even the female founders will meet a lot of difficulties and the funding and also the mentors networking and the self-confidence, but they have many good qualities. I think both in startup and also in PPP, so they are perceiving their business as a cooperative network of relationships comprising of family, society, and personal relationship. So those successful young female talents, I think, have the passion and vision for what they believe and what they love. So they are very strong-minded, empowered, and a healthy self-image, and take responsibility for their life. And they use their soft skills, emotion, intelligence, enhance the advantages in the business world. They are also very hardworking, good organizers, and the decision makers. I think another important features I need to say is that they can balance their life. Even many female founders, when they have a meeting with the investors also always ask the question how to balance your life and your work. Yeah, so I have a friend, they say, I'm not your wife. Why you always ask me this question? Yeah. So I think the very the good they can balance their life, judging the work and family, and never be easy. Yeah. So those successful young female tailors are having the support both inside and outside the home to help them to balance the job demands and the family needs. I think no matter the female or male, successful entrepreneurs are optimistic, keep growing their business. So female talents are better to unite the team with their soft skill and to maintain the core staff stable. During the academic time, our portfolio companies lead by female talents are stable with the team, and the people are together to overcome the difficulties are much more easier than the male lead company. I think that's very important. I think it's also the advantage for the female founders. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very great. And Annie, what's your company's plan this year and onwards in the post-pandemic era to have women?
Yeah, Visa will continue to do two things. The first one, investing in our workforce, nurture a diverse, inclusive culture internally, and offer training benefits that support our employees' success. So we expanded Visa University, which is our signature global learning platform. We learned a world-class online and in-person training for our colleagues. Yeah. And externally, we provide capacity building, workshop training to uplift people knowledge and capability, including government officials, small micro business owners, and entrepreneurs. Yeah. And the second thing is empowering people and economies. Yeah. I gave some examples as that how we support SME, micro small businesses, and how to expand the financial assets, and in order to bring them more resources and collectively to strengthen the capability and also that benefit the community. Because we know that when we empower women, the individuals benefit, the family benefit, and the community benefit. And again, we believe economies that include everyone everywhere uplift everyone everywhere.
Okay, great, thank you. And Diane, can you please share what industry or tools can women benefit from?
Okay, Sam, I try to make it short. From my point of view, I believe the digital tool is the perfect solution in addressing gender inequality, and it creates an equal environment for all. Since 2020, we've witnessed the power of e-commerce, online education, and e-government, which have helped us live through the most challenging time. Mm-hmm. I think in all of this thriving industry, women can be involved in any of them and benefit. Further, I think the entry barrier of digitalization has been dramatically lowered, given the mature technology, tools, and services available in the market. Everyone can simply use them, even sitting in the living room. But I think we need to aware accessing the skills is a crucial problem for many women. I still remember a voice from a woman farmer in Haiti. She said, I've often heard the word digital platform, but never really knew what it meant or what it looked like. For example, they always ask how to sell online and how to use live streaming, how to generate online traffic, and how to access microfinancing, etc. There's a common questions for all. They're more fragile and experiencing problems accessing skills, technology, and finance. I think we must change this. It requires a strong collaboration between the public and the private sectors. For example, we can consolidate our knowledge, best practices, and where possible resources. We heard several speakers mention about in digital transformation with those women without digital skills and prepare for the new norm. Actually, I have seen some positive results from the UN's technology pool, and we can also launch the free SaaS for anyone interested in e-commerce to nurture women who wanted to make a change. I wish all sisters online can make progress a day, get a tool and learn from that. Then we will see a different us, that we can fight against any challenge on our roads.